for the crew in Fiji.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But you know who.
No.
The girls can come over and kiss him.
No.
You kiss him.
And folks, let me say real quick.
Wait.
Oh, is everybody?
No, go ahead. You may as well get started. There's only a few.
Just to say very quickly and everything, we will be selling Tita a little bit later.
Tina!
I've got the paperwork. We'll get a little Tita going, and we'll see how that goes. But no, quickly, folks, I'm totally blown away. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I cannot believe to see this cast of characters here tonight.
This is the Hall of Fame.
This is it. This is my family. This is
Some are
my
out on
family.
parole. Some are out on
Some are out on parole. But no, I can't say thank you enough. What a special, wonderful thing. And look at the shit-eating grin on Daryl's face. This guy was my boss for so long, along with Mr. Felder here was my boss for so long.
Mine too.
Thank you, yes. And thank you all for being here.
But you know, the one thing that you promised me on your last trip was you're going to do the all-call.
Oh, yeah!
Blown and cross-check.
Oh, we gotta have it.
Do you guys know about that?
No.
I was serious towards the end there with Pan Am that I had an all-call, was all-call chapter 7. You don't know about chapter? Chapter 7, of course, is liquidation. In January of '91, you all remember well, we went into bankruptcy. So that was tough, and we had our jokes, but it was getting pretty grim, as most of you remember very well, all still there. So I developed an all-call pattern chapter 7. And my all-call was L1, slide blown and cross-checked. L2, blown and cross-checked. So we go around to all the doors downstairs, all blown and cross-checked, and then the crew would take all our stuff and go right down the slides.
And all
Leave
the
the
liquor.
passengers, and all the liquor come with us and everything, and then go to the bar at the end and everything. How did you remember that chapter 7?
I was waiting for you to, I knew you promised.
That's a true story. That's a true story. That is a true story.
Can you-
But you guys,
Bobby.
thank you for being. I can't believe it.
Can you still do the race?
No, I can't. I've got it written down, but I don't have it.
Off the Kiwi.
But
The Kiwi.
I do. Well, Ron Hammond was great. You guys might know the story that a purser showed up, the junior purser going down to, I think that was an Auckland trip, called in sick. So there was nobody that late to come out and everything. So Ron, of course, naturally was made the purser.
So I came out.
So Ron came out.
Oh, we didn't know that.
So of course, up front and everything, I'm very professional, very serious on the PA. But then I said, "This is your purser in the forward section. My name is Bob Bywater, and serving you in the rear tonight, Mr. Ron Amon." Ron got 123 good letters.
Just from that flight.
The horse race when they put more passengers.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, Bale's mentioned something. I'll tell you real quick, and all here. We were. You remember the wonderful pattern we had? It was an 8-day trip, Honolulu to Auckland, 3 days clear. The 4th day we did a shuttle to Melbourne and back. Had lunch on Pan Am, and then there were 2
Steak.
cases of
In
beer.
Manila.
Yeah. 2 cases of beer. One was for the airplane, of course, and one was for the crew, because we had 3 more days clear and everything. So the station manager, Melbourne, comes out and we thank for the beer and everything, and he brought 4 or 5 of the station people with other airlines, and the station manager goes to me, "Bobby, do the horse race. Do the horse race." But we had boarded about 6 or 8 lovely elderly our age.
They were younger.
Younger than us, and they were already pre-boarded some Greek ladies, because Melbourne's a big, there are a million people in Greek.
Second language.
So yeah, and the station manager goes, "They're Greeks, they don't speak a word of English." I said, "Are you sure?" So I did the dirty horse race on the PA, and our 6 to 8 Greek ladies were screaming with laughter. And they bet on the right horse. I did. I can't do the big dick. Sorry, big dick by a head. But No, thank you for being here. I mean, what a hand-picked crowd of all my best friends in the world.
Thank you, Trevor.
You gotta tell them the video of all times, doing the refugee flights.
Oh
And
my
you're
God.
talking about doing Tom Petty, you strolling down the aisle with your guitar singing, "Don't have to live like a refugee," and all the refugees singing the chorus, "Don't have to live like a refugee."
It sounds bad, but you have to use
It was bad.
But what's there was fun.
Steve Jones?
Oh, by the way, Steve tonight is going to be doing Elvis later. We go to Fiji. Steve's first trip to Fiji, and he did like 14 Fijis in a row. Those 10-day trips, unbelievable, one after another. And the first trip with him down there, and he goes into one of the berets, and we would drink kava in the the sweet huts with our local folks, the people that worked at drinking that kava, and the proper kava has to be cleaned with a dirty shirt. That's how you make it in the thing, and it's wonderful and stuff. And they throw a little vodka down that, but just the kava itself will get you a little excited. So we take Steve into the beret, and of course he's got his little ukulele. No, it's a nice guitar. He had his nice guitar. Steve comes out of the beret 2 days later.
Are you down
Playing some music, Steve?
No. You might know there were. This is London, 1975. I wrote 2 songs. Are You Downline Tonight?
Great song.
I can't sing it.
Is it number one? Number one.
And the B side was a number 2 sleeper, but it was number 1 in Europe.
Later,
The
yeah.
Purser in the Back. You know? I met him on a daily flight. He turned around and smiled at me. You get the picture?
Yes, we see.
The Purser in the Back. At the end of it, and he's dating the girl because it starts in the JFK briefing when 3 girls come up to this girl and say, "Is that Timmy's ring you're wearing?" And the person says, and then the girl says, "Uh-huh." He said, "Are you still going out with him?" She says, "Uh-uh." "But where'd you meet him?" She breaks it. So at the end of the song, the purser Timmy is upstairs counting liquor and drinking red wine. Counting teeter duty free. He's got all his money, and the girls are in the galley, and she looks up with cute little eyes and everything, and he slips on the spiral stairs and goes down. And she goes, "Look out! Look out! Look out!" And of course he falls and dies right there in that galley and everything. And so then she's telling the story to the girls. "I'll never forget him, the purser in the
Bobby, are you down line tonight? You have your strings, you kept my change.
Yes, and why I'll never know. Yes. They can pull the galley curtain down. I don't know. No, can't get it. But no, you guys, it means so much to me to see you all here. We even got an old 747 Captain Dan Daniels.
They had to pay me. Daryl came and gave me some money.
To give a reference for you.
Dan was 1 week behind me in training, so we go back to the very beginning, March of '72. And of course, he came in as a young kid down to the Airways Hotel, in Miami and everything, as a young kid, and looked at me for directions. I said, "Oh, somebody else will help you here. Somebody else." He thought I knew, but just kidding and everything there. But Dan and I have been the best friends since day 1. Well, day 7. One of those. But then the 747 captain. So we would have banter back and forth. He's been a captain for a long time, of course. And then I said Tibbs, because we have things about Tibbs and Mr. Tibbs type things, so we called each other Tibbs. And it's with great respect.
That's because we're looking for your hair dryer.
Well, it's always. I got it right. It's in the car. It's in the
Hair dryer at the bus stop.
Yeah, well, Tibbs, you might remember this. This goes back to those London days. I still have it in case I.
And you're wearing the same boots. Same boots.
Where are they?
But Dan, I'll finish this up. Dan would always, we jack each other airline stuff, and then I have to surrender 747 captain. I said, "Yeah, Dan, but it really comes down to one thing: seniority. I'm 1 week senior." And where Mr. Massey goes, another retired captain here. This guy. Bob, I would never get this guy coffee in a million years. years. On the airplanes, fly together and everything, getting coffee. Great respect. I get the FO, 2 FOs coffee. Bob, never get. I still never. Have I ever gotten you coffee in my life? I've never gotten you coffee. Never. He got me coffee earlier tonight. It's a true story. True story.
I sat his lap because he's the captain.
Yeah. But the thing is with Bob, I won't get him coffee because he's 3 months junior to me. And of course, Mr. Jones here is a year, more than a year junior to me. So what do you say with that?
Another pilot too, right?
But you guys, thank you so much. I can't believe to see you. Wonderful. Love you guys. Unbelievable. And Mr. Rockley, I met this guy. This is a great story. This guy, this Qantas Purser Bandit type thing. I get a call from Stancy Shion Amon and said, Bobby, come, we're going to go meet these Qantas people at a pub in 1976. I said, Stacy, I'm not going to go. And because I think it was my girlfriend at the time, I was going to get together. Stacy says, no, come on. She said, I'm sure Drew's busy. Come, let's go down and see these guys. And so Stancy talked me into it and met one of my best friends in life also with Trevor Rockcliffe. And thank you I can't believe you put this thing together from down under. From down under. From down under. And I'll give you a true story with Trevor. This is a true story. Because,
They all are.
Trevor was up front at Qantas, and the tech crew with Qantas were special. They were real sky gods. They had their own van and everything, their own bus, and they looked down on flight attendants. They were super top type thing, unlike all of our people type thing. They were just sky gods. So Trevor cooked a steak and for this guy. The captain wanted it right away. He said, Trevor, I want my steak right away. Well, Skipper, we're busy. We got a little bit. He says, I told you I want it right away. So Trevor was pissed and everything. This is a true story. He takes this nice Australian piece of meat, puts it in the toilet and wraps it around the blue water. It's a true story. Then he takes it up and serves it. He goes, I'm not here. You Trevor, get it up. So and of course Trevor's busy, serving the rest of the crowd out there. So then Trevor says, the captain says to Trevor, Trevor, that was absolutely fantastic. What did you do that?
Marinated.
Yeah, Skipper, I marinated. Good, Susie, good. Pan yes, and the other part is pan-fried steak.
Sorry.
Upstairs.
Oh, but let's take the
And he
show
had a
away.
shitty Instagram.
Hey, love you guys, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.